Hello again, Mr. Forson here, school counselor at West Seaford Elementary, and I am here to wrap up our 5-lesson series on personal safety. We've covered a lot over the last couple of days, and it is really important that you know that this is a very serious topic. It's serious because we care and love you. We want parents and students to know how to support your personal safety. So this is important for you. And I think to wrap it up, I think the easiest way to do that is to review for a moment and then maybe have some fun and play a game and see if we can choose the types of touches in the scenarios that I present to you. So what I would like to do is I'd like to share my screen with you. And I'm going to first start by going over a refresher of the 3 types of touches. Now, with these 3 types of touches, I need you to pay very close attention so that you know how to play the game. There are 3 types of touch. There is the safe touch. Everybody give me a thumbs up and a smile. That is a safe touch. So when we go over our scenarios later, if it is a safe touch, you're going to show that that's your answer by giving a thumbs up and smiling nicely. Good job. The next one is that ouch touch. Remember, the ouch touch is things like hitting, kicking, pushing, shoving. Those kind of things are more painful or hurtful, and you don't want them to happen to you. So the ouch touches, we're going to do a thumbs down, and we're going to make a frowny face. So why doesn't everybody practice that for the ouch touch? Thumbs down, frowny face. That's how you would show that that's your answer if the scenario was an ouch touch. The last one is the private touch. Now remember, that's either touching or showing the private areas that should be areas that are covered by a bathing suit. If that is your answer after you hear the scenario, you are going to put your hand over your eyes, right? Because private areas are things that are only for you. Your private areas are yours. Other people's, whether it's an adult or a child, are theirs. You should not be showing each other, touching each other, or trying to get somebody to touch there. Remember, with private touches, if it is someone threatening you or telling they're going to hurt you or they're going to tell something that you'll get in trouble, not to tell anyone, keep it a secret, that is a good sign that that is a private touch that is not appropriate. So let's practice. Let's do our first one. We'll do an example. If it is a safe touch, ouch touch, private touch, you're going to use those hand signals. And then I'm going to show you by moving the check mark to the appropriate answer. So the first one example was a grown-up you trust hugged you. Now notice it doesn't say a stranger. It didn't say a person in Roses or a Walmart came walking up to you and just hugged you without asking for permission. It's someone you trust. And they just gave you a hug that made you feel happy and comfortable and wasn't inappropriate. What would that be? Would that be a safe touch? Remember, that's a thumbs up with a smile. An ouch touch, you would be doing a thumbs down with a frowny face. And a private touch answer, you would put your hands over your eyes. So for our game, what we're going to do is I'm going to have everyone that's watching this stand up and push in your chair. Take a moment to do that. Ooh, I hear some friends talking. Some friends are doing that very quietly. Nice. Make sure you're looking at the screen. If you were sitting on the carpet and you stood up, that's fine. You're looking at the screen. And here's what you're going to do. When you hear the scenario, like for this one, a grown-up that you trust hugged you, everyone would give a thumbs up and smile because that is a safe touch. And then I would reveal the answer. If your answer matches, you stay standing. If it does not match, and maybe you picked the wrong one, you sit down. We're trying to see how many students are up at the end. If that would mean you got them all right. Maybe your whole class gets them and you're all up at the end, which is even better. It'll be a good way for your teacher to observe and see if you have been following through the lessons over the last couple days. Why don't we get started? Everyone standing, kind of stand nice and still. Remember, no talking, just the hand signals. So it should be silent in the rooms. Here is our first one. It says, your dad punched you in the stomach. Now, this isn't a playful punch. This isn't like you were wrestling on the floor being silly and it happened. It means that somebody, a dad, had punched a child in the stomach because they were angry. Would that be a safe touch? An ouch touch? or a private touch? Which one would you choose? I'm going to give you a couple seconds. Let's count down from 3. Everybody should be picking their hand signal. 2, 1. Let's move it and see where we're going to go. What should it be? That would be an ouch touch. Ouch touch for sure. It's in the stomach. It is not going to make you feel good. If you got it right, give yourself a yes. And then we're going to move a little bit faster moving on now. Let's go to our next question. It says, your aunt showed you her private parts. Your aunt showed you her private parts. Would that be a safe touch? Remember, thumbs up, ouch touch, or a private touch? Make your hand signal now in 3, 2, 1. Lock it in. Don't change it. This would be a private touch. Now, we know there's not actually touching, but showing, this would still be a private area. This is not appropriate at all, and you should tell a trusted adult immediately. The next one, your mom hit you when you got in trouble. Your mom hit you when you got in trouble. Now, this could be tricky. Parents are allowed to provide consequences to their children. Now, what parents, I'm a parent, we have to remember is that when we get angry and frustrated, sometimes we can make bad choices, that we have to be able to calm ourselves down and provide a consequence when we're not frustrated or angry. Because sometimes we might give a punishment or a consequence that is too excessive, meaning too physical, too hard. We don't know our own strength, or sometimes it's hitting in an inappropriate place. So this one is hitting you in trouble. So let's be more specific. Let's say it's a smack on your mouth because you said a bad word, just a one soft slap on the face because you used a bad word. Would that be a safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Lock it in. Safe, yay, made me feel happy. An ouch touch, made me hurt and I was sad. Or a private touch. Lock in those answers. Here we go. Let's pick the answer. That would still be an ouch touch. Now, would you report that to a trusted adult? Probably not in this situation. This would be something that would be private for your family because of a consequence. Now, if that was something more like a punch in the face, like in the video we saw a while back where it gave you a black eye in your eye and you started to be fearful that that would happen a lot, then you might want to report it. But if it's something like this, remember, parents are allowed to consequence their children. And sometimes it is with like a spanking or something like smacking on the mouth. So we have to be very careful with those scenarios as to who we would tell. It gets pretty tricky. Let's go to another one. Your teammate gave you a high five. Lock in your answers quickly. Teachers, you might need to remind them as we're going through what the hand signals are. Lock it in 3, 2, 1. That would be a safe touch. If you're still standing, good job. That means you've gotten them all right so far. Let's keep going. We've got to move a little bit faster. Your mom's boyfriend kicked you. Not in a playful way, not in a silly way, but maybe because they were angry or frustrated and you were walking by and they kicked you. Would that be a safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Lock in your answers in 3, 2, 1. Can't change it now. Here we go. Ouch touch. Not probably the best is to be kicking children and even teachers or coach, right? Those things shouldn't be happening. So definitely an ouch touch. You might want to let another trusted adult know. Your teacher gave you a pat on the back. Maybe you're in class, did a good job. What would that be? A safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? 3, 2, 1. Lock it in. Don't change it. That would be a safe touch. That might happen a lot in class. That lets you know that you need to stay, that you're focusing and that you're doing a good job. Here's another one. Your babysitter touched your private parts. So a babysitter would be somebody watching you at night. Well, maybe somebody's at work or going out and they touched you in your private parts, the parts that are only for you in your bathing suit area. Would that be a safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Lock in your answers. And 3, 2, 1. Can't change. That would be a private touch. And you should immediately tell an adult. Immediately. Do not wait. Tell them right away. Your best friend held your hand. Your best friend held your hand. Lock in what you think that is. Safe touch, ouch touch, private touch, 3, 2, 1. That would be a safe touch, as long as you wanted it and you felt comfortable with it. If they grabbed your hand and forced you to do it, maybe you picked a different answer, but that should have been a safe touch answer. The next one, your uncle pinched you. You didn't want it, you don't like it. What would it be? A safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Locking your answers in 3, 2, 1. You should have a thumbs down and a frowny face for an ouch touch. Now, if they were playing and being silly and it happened by accident, that might be different, but it's still an ouch touch. You just don't have to tell somebody. The next one, your coach asked you to touch his private parts. Now, remember, we talked about this in one of our lessons. Locking your answer. Is that a safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Choose your hand signal in 3, 2, 1. Private touch. Adults should never be asking a child to touch or look in their private areas. That should absolutely not happen. How about this? Your babysitter threw a toy at you. They were angry, they were frustrated, maybe you were not listening to them, and they threw a toy at you. Is that a safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Lock in your answers. 3, 2, 1. You should have had a thumbs down and a frowny face. If you did not, have a seat wherever you are. Your aunt pushed you. Your aunt or your aunt pushed you. Is that a safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Locking your answers in 3, 2, 1. That would be an ouch touch. Last one that we're going to do for today. Your grown-up cousin, who's an adult, kissed you on the lips. Now you might be thinking, okay, I get kisses from like maybe my mom or my grandma. Sometimes it's on the lips. When is that appropriate? When it's not? I'm going to lay out a scenario that your cousin did it and you didn't want them to do it. And you told them not to, and they kissed you on the lips anyway. Is that a safe touch, an ouch touch, or a private touch? Let's see what you got. Pick your answers. 3, 2, 1. I would say private touch in this scenario because you did not want it. Now, if you're together as a family and somebody's leaving and you give them a kiss and it happens on the lips, if that's okay with your family and you're comfortable with it, that might be more appropriate. But if they're by themselves, they're an adult, and they tell you to do it even though you don't want them to, that definitely would be a private touch, and you would have had your hands over your eyes. Who's left? Anybody? I hope many of you are still standing because these are serious topics. And remember, be a hero. Be a hero. Everybody say it. Be a hero. Nice. I could hear you. Remember, ouch touches and private touches are never a child's fault. When you report an unsafe touch to somebody, to a safe person that you trust, you are being a hero, and do not let anybody else tell you different. Thank you for joining me and allowing me to take you on this adventure to protect your body. Have a great day.